Good afternoon and welcome to After School Snack Time. We are so glad you're here. Hello, friends. How are you? I am delighted you are joining us for snack time. Is this your first time joining us for After School Snack Time? Whether this is your first time, second time, you don't know how many times, we are delighted that you are here. I am Ms. Parker, the Financial Education and Community Outreach Ambassador, and I'm joined here by the Roo Crew. Miss Roosalina is the savings kangaroo who plans all of our fun adventures, and Penny and Cash are students just like you. Today is our last after-school snack time for the school year, but I think Miss Roosalina has planned some great things for us. Good story and a delicious snack. I wonder what we're having today. Fruit roll-ups? We're going to make our own? Oh, let's head into the kitchen where we can get to mixing and making. Who's ready for snack? Me! Oh, Miss Roosalina has picked out something yummy for us today. How many of you have made your own fruit roll-ups before? Well, whether you've made them before or you've not, let's get to mixing and making. This snack is pretty easy to make. The only thing is you may want a grown-up's help because you will use a blender and the oven for this snack. So the first thing we're going to do is take our fruit. We chose to use strawberries and blueberries because that's what we have. And then we blend until smooth. Now that our fruit's all blended and smooth, we're gonna open up our blender and add in our lemon juice and our honey. You could use sugar, but we opted for honey because we like the flavor it gives to stuff. And then we'll blend it up. Lastly, you're going to take a sheet pan and line it with some parchment paper and pour your mixture into the pan and smooth it all out. And then we'll bake it in the oven. Now that our snack is ready, it's time for us to taste it. It came out of the oven in one giant sheet, and I've used a pizza cutter to slice it all up. And now it's ready. And I think I have some friends ready to taste it. Now, something you can do to save the snack for later is to cut some parchment paper or perhaps wax paper and put these pieces on it and then roll it up and tie it off to have as a snack for later. Homemade fruit roll-ups. Now, important question, would you make this again? Would you eat it again?
Yes.
Does it taste good?
Yeah.
There you have it, friends. Time to head on over to the story couch. Now that we've had our snack, it's time for our story. And Miss Roosalina has picked out another great one for us today. Let's jump right in, friends. Last day blues. On the Monday morning before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell took attendance. She sighed as she called out the last name. "I'm going to miss all of you," she said. The kids nodded in agreement. "I'm going to miss my friends," said Shannon. "I'm going to miss Daisy," said Dan. "I'm going to miss chocolate milk and pizza for lunch," said Joe. Everyone felt a little blue, thinking about the last day of school, even Daisy. That afternoon, during recess, the students talked as they hung out on the jungle gym. "Mrs. Hartwell said she's going to miss us," said Alexandra, swinging from a bar. "We should get a present to cheer her up," said Eddie, hanging upside down by his knees. "But what should we get her?" "I could give her the rest of my sandwich. It's my mom's bologna special," said Josh. "Or a coffee cup? Or a new pen, the kind with feathers and beads." The students thought and thought, but couldn't come up with one single idea that they all agreed upon. "We'll think of something tomorrow," Eddie assured everyone as they lined up at the drinking fountain. On the Tuesday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell read the final page of their last read aloud book. "I'm going to miss circle time," said Mrs. Hartwell. "I'm going to miss science," said Emily. "I'm going to miss seeing Mrs. Hartwell wear her safety goggles during science," said Jack, giggling. And so, before they all got too sad, Mrs. Hartwell put on her safety goggles one last time, just for fun. "We definitely need to cheer Mrs. Hartwell up," said Andy during recess as he jumped out of a swing. "Any idea about a present?" Eddie joked. "Nope," they all answered back. On the Wednesday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Mrs. Hartwell brought in her super duper sugar cookies with extra frosting. "I'm going to miss snack time, but I can't wait for barbecues by the pool," said Jack. "I'm going to miss recess, but I can't wait to play hide and seek outside after dinner," said Alexandra. "I'll miss school, but I can't wait for summer vacation," said Josh. The class discussed their summer plans and drowned their last day blues with another round of milk and sugar cookies. "I'm going fishing. I'm going to the beach. Egypt." "I don't know whether to be happy or sad today," Andy said the minute they all arrived at the jungle gym. "Mrs. Hartwell is sad," said Olivia. "She probably doesn't want the year to end." "While we're swimming, she'll be reading her old lesson plans," said Walker. "And while we're playing, she'll be trying to remember the fun times we had this year," said Dan. And that's when an idea zipped, zapped, and zinged through Eddie's brain. "I know exactly what will cheer her up," Eddie said, jumping down from the jungle gym. The class agreed it was perfect. On the Thursday before the Friday, that was the last day of school, Eddie raised his hand right after Mrs. Hartwell started language arts. We need some privacy, please, he said. And so Mrs. Hartwell took down bulletin boards with her back to the class. She never even peeked. Well, only once. On the morning of the Friday that was the last day of school, the students dashed into the classroom. They snapped open the shades for the very last time. They did their chores for the very last time. They fed Daisy for the very last time. And as soon as the bell rang, they couldn't wait for Mrs. Hartwell to see her presence for the very first time. The last day of school makes us so blue. We'll miss recess and pizza and reading too. We'll miss Daisy and cookies and friendship true, snack time and science and learning new. We'll miss spelling bees for our test review and groundhogs that play peekaboo. The year's been great, a big wahoo! There are many things to miss, it's true, but mostly what we'll miss is you. Later on during recess, Eddie said, I think Mrs. Hartwell liked her present. I just hope it helps, Margaret said. Poor Mrs. Hartwell, they all said sadly as they pictured their final goodbye. Teachers must hate the last day of school. And then it was time. The bell rang. Goodbye, the students called as they rushed out the door. Goodbye, Mrs. Hartwell called after them. And then she returned to her empty classroom. It's just you and me, Daisy, she said. I'm sure going to miss them this summer. But I can't wait for vacation. What did you think of that story, friends? I really enjoyed that book. Are you excited for summer vacation? Will you miss your teacher this summer? I think some of us have mixed feelings about the end of the school year. We might feel really excited that school's going to be over, but we might feel a little blue about not seeing our teachers or friends for many weeks. And that's okay. That happens sometimes. We can feel a little mix of both, happy and sad. And sometimes some of us might not feel the same way everyone does. And that's okay too. We're all allowed to feel the way that we feel. But what we can all agree upon is that we all have feelings, and summer is pretty special. There are many fun things that we can do. I'd love to hear what you're doing this summer. Maybe you can have a grown-up help you, send us a message, or you can put a comment below sharing your summer plans. And stay tuned to find out some of the fun summer things we have planned as a credit union. If you join us for snack time, I think you like books, and there might be a special book thing happening this summer. So stay tuned, friends. And until after school snack time happens next school year, keep your eyes on the lookout for what's happening this summer. Until then, see you soon. Bye, friends.